What's up, what's up, what's up? Welcome to the channel where we not criticize, we also empathize, we build our people up, help them to make their next production even better. And we can do that because we actually make production. So you get all these reviews from people who never really been in the situation where they had to do the same thing these actual filmmakers are making. So with further ado, we're going right into it. It's been very hard for me to catch a lot of series on TV because I'm busy with my productions, I'm busy with business. We just had this COVID and I've been wanting to do reviews forever. You know what I mean? Because I love the industry. Like, I watch movies all the time. When I'm driving, I shouldn't. Well, not when I'm driving in the car, but when I'm going different places, I can have, like, you know, movies on my phone or whatever. But it's hard for me to get into a series because how they market them week by week and all that kind of stuff. It's just kind of tough for me with my schedule, business, 6 kids, productions. It's just a lot going on. However, years ago, I got into a show that I feel like is my favorite show. I mean, I made time to watch this, and it was Power, you know. So now we in Raising Kanan. Love Courtney Kemp. I think she's a dope writer. Huge 50 Cent fan as far as business, music, everything. I just like how he carry himself, man. He seemed like he having fun with what he do, or what he does. Let me say this, excuse the audio, I don't have a production team here today, but you're gonna get something like this because, you know, I might just stop wherever I'm at and just do a production, man, just for y'all, you know. Now, we're Raising Kanan. We're gonna go over our, we're gonna go over the, you know, we're gonna, usually 4 points, sometimes 5 points. So we're gonna go over writing, directing, acting, even the budget, and that's gonna be sometimes. But then you have the concept. Like, so let's go right into that. The concept of Power is just so authentic to me. I feel like what got me so into Power was me feeling like you can relate to it, or that it was so real. You know what I mean? And it wasn't a whole lot of, you had Omari Hardwick and a few of the other ones. But for the most part, it was a lot of actors that may have been in a lot of shows that a lot of Power viewers didn't really know on a major scale. You know, I feel like even with Omari, Ghost kind of like really catapult him to another level, you know. But the whole concept of Power was just so authentic and real. Just in his mindset of wanting to do something positive, even though he was caught up in this world that a lot of us come up in, man, the struggle, the survival, you know, trying to just make ends meet. And then you get to this point where you want your kids to have what's best for them and have a better life than what you actually came up in, you know. So the concept of Power, I love it. Like I said, it's one of my favorites ever, you know. Now, the writing, and we're just talking about Raising Kanan now, because we originally, this is how I felt about Power. But with Raising Kanan, I feel like the writing is still good. I just feel like at this particular point, I'm in episode 5, and what drew me to it is no longer there. You know, I'm kind of waiting for, you know, Kanan to really erupt, and he hasn't got to that point yet. And it's kind of like more focused around like his mother and her siblings, and, you know, his cousin who was the cop later on, and her girlfriend. It's just like, it's a lot going on, and Kanan just kind of like in the middle trying to figure out what's going on. That's how I take it, you know. And I don't even see that as criticism yet, because I understand with the great writing, and I do trust Courtney Kemp, you know, to bring it. You know, it's the build up. So that's not, I'm gonna give that a point for the writing. I'm gonna give it a point because I can't take that point away. We're in episode 5. Now, episode 6 review could change if we do it, you know. But episode 5 right now, I'm gonna say we're gonna give him a point because, you know, it's still that buildup of great writing, man. So sometimes as viewers, we gotta be patient, you know, and understand that the writer is trying to take us in a certain direction. They're trying to get us to understand one point or make us believe one thing, and then all of a sudden, boom, you may, you know, have a climax or a change in the actual production. Now, let me look down here real quick, just make sure that I ain't skipping over nothing, because I mean, I'm kind of, I don't want to rush this, but I got to move on to a production today. But Um, the acting, man. I don't criticize a lot, and that's what you're gonna see. It's hard for me to say that the writing is bad unless it's just terrible. The acting in this, I feel like it's about a C, man. So I would say, I think that again, some of these actors here, what I like about it is like these are not some huge actors. They're not like you got like Omar Epps, who plays an officer, who's huge and not been in it for a long time. But for the most part, you got some young people. You got some of the other actors. They played in some stuff, but they're not really these higher paid actors and all that kind of thing. You know, they're just not these superstars yet. And I love that because they're building that superstardom. So I feel like we've yet to see their best. You may even still see them, you know, maybe I'm noticing some nerves, maybe because I'm a producer, maybe because I'm used to seeing how actors act when they're not really at their best, man, because they still got those nerves or they haven't really remembered their lines all the way. So it may be some cuts in there. I don't know exactly what it is right now, but I just don't feel like the acting is always superb. Now, I feel like all of the actors are actually, the whole cast has showed signs of this thing just becoming great, as, you know, Ghost or back to the 6 seasons of Power. But I just don't feel like it's gotten to that point yet. Now I'm tuned in, baby. I'm loving what I'm seeing. I just don't like certain parts. I just feel like it's focused too much on everybody else rather than Kanan. I don't want to really see, you know, the young girls kissing and all that kind of stuff, and Kanan ain't really knocked nobody off the map. You know what I'm saying? That's just me right now, you know. But that's what I start watching. I mean, I was into Power, and then I started watching Raising Kanan because I was in the mindset that, you know, Kanan was gonna show that ruggedness, and I know it's coming. It's coming. So yes, a point for the acting, man, because I feel like there's some up and coming actors that's going to build to be great names after this actual season. Now, I haven't really. Usually, I'm up on this stuff. I don't really know what the actual budget is. I know that 50 being the executive producer, they had some different deals and stuff going on last couple of years with stars. And the reason I bring budget into it, y'all, is because, like me as an independent filmmaker, I'm putting my own money up. I'm not putting up near as much money as they're getting from networks and stuff like that, or what's coming out of 50's pocket with him being a superstar that he is and what he's done in music. So you just expect him to do more, or just everything to be at a certain level. You know, when you break down these categories, it should be at a certain level because of the money that's being spent on those things. You know, I may run into some hiccups. A lot of you other individual or independent filmmakers may run into some hiccups because of the lack of funds or, you know, things of that nature. So, you know, you might deal with people who still working even day jobs. You know, it's not as easy. But when you have the budget, things are supposed to be just a little bit more natural, man. You're supposed to make that thing work. So I haven't really checked into the budget yet. So I can't criticize what I haven't really looked into. I'm pretty sure they've put in some good money, but I wouldn't say that, you know, with 50 being as smart as he is, and I'm pretty sure the circle that they built around the Power circle, I'm pretty sure that I'm going to look it up later, but I know it makes sense. I know they didn't go spend no $300 million on this season. I just know that it ain't been no $200 million on this season. I could be wrong, but I doubt it. And I feel like, if I would guess, if they spent anywhere on this season from 25 to 30 million, 40 million, even a little higher, I feel like, man, we're getting exactly what we need from that type of budget. Because, you know, obviously if it was, you know, 80, 90 million dollars and they, you know, flipping cars and burning down buildings and all that kind of crazy stuff, then you can judge it from that level. But man, dude, I love Power. The first 6 seasons is just my favorite. You know, Ghost was pretty good. We're watching Tariq, but Raising Kanan right now, I'm gonna give it 4 stars. I'm gonna give it 4 stars right now. I'm a little on edge because it's my favorite show and I expect a little more from it. Five episodes in, but I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 4 right now, just based off of my trust in Courtney. You know, the writing getting stronger, I believe. Based off of, I think that a lot of these up and coming actors are going to, you know, transform and really, really show some greatness. I think it's going to get real deep. I think, of course, the concept of just bringing us, marketing us, raising Kanan, I think that's something that all of us wanted to see. So the idea of raising Kanan is just dope altogether. And then just the direction of it, I just feel like that's part of the, I think that lines up with the writing. I feel like as the writing gets stronger, so will the direction, so will, you know, some of the action, all of that stuff, man. So y'all keep it up, man. I'm a huge fan. I know there's a lot of fans around the world, man, but I am truly a fan. I love what I'm seeing. And this is coming from an independent, you know, filmmaker, man. It's not just somebody just reviewing and criticizing. This is somebody who's in it, that's built from nothing. And 4 stars, man, for Raising Kanan. Much love. Much love.